Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. As we usually do, and it's an awesome tradition that I like very much. While we wait for the webinar to start, please say hello using the chat, share where you're from. I am your moderator. My name is Judy Ward, and I am part of the marketing team here at IIBA. It is my pleasure to be here with you today. So hello, and let us know where you're joining us from today. Hola, Mexico. Hello from Ottawa, Canada, Calgary, Canada. I'm also in Toronto, Canada, so it's nice to see lots of Canadians here today. Hello, Ukraine. From the Netherlands, that's awesome. Italy, Missouri, Memphis, Tennessee. Amazing. I'm so happy to see people from so many parts of the world. Well, in Canada, I'm going to be close to you next week. Lithuania. Wonderful. What part of India are you joining us from? Augusta, Georgia, Malaysia. Wow. Amazing. Moncton, New Brunswick. Chennai. Awesome. Perfect. PEI, Fort Lauderdale, Nigeria. Welcome to all. This is a great group that we have together today. We're going to take a couple of minutes to let everybody come into the webinar today before we get started.
Judy, we miss people from Australia, New Zealand. Maybe something we need to do for them as well.
Well, hello, Australia and New Zealand. We're so excited to have you here as well. And it is a very different time zone. So we are excited that you're making the effort to be here today. So that's great. Red Deer, Alberta, representing Canada today. Lots of us from Canada. Boston, Massachusetts. I'm trying to see everybody's chat.
Great. We have someone from Denmark.
Denmark.
Hey,
Wow, it is truly an international audience today. Frankfurt, Germany, welcome. Dallas, Texas. This is amazing. Okay, we'll give it one more minute to see if we can gather a few more people, and then we will get started.
Oh, somebody from Australia. Cyprus, okay.
Oh, wow, Guernsey Islands. Guernsey and the Channel Islands in the UK. Amazing, welcome.
Few people from Portugal as well.
Someone from South Africa.
How many folks have joined so far, Judy?
We have over 200 right now.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll just wait for 250 and then we'll start.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll wait a couple more minutes.
Christine says can't hear. I can hear Judy quite well. Judy, do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Ellen. Is someone
Okay.
having issues with the...
Okay. Maybe someone has a local issue. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So it might...
No question,
yeah.
we're just waiting for others to start. That's why probably we went quiet for a few seconds.
Yes, we did. We're just waiting a couple more minutes to see if we get a few more people so that we don't lose any, so no one loses any contact. Ontario, where in Ontario, Georges, are you in from?
Dr.
Lagos,
Ademola.
Nigeria. That's awesome.
I think Nigeria would be a good place to visit sometime. I have been to Tanzania, but not to Nigeria.
Amazing. All right, so we are at 5 minutes after the hour, and we have more than 215 attendees on the call. So why don't we get started? As I mentioned before, I am Judy Ward. I am the events manager for IIBA, and I am part of the marketing team. As you know, IIBA is an independent, not-for-profit professional association serving the global business analysis community. We are a recognized thought leader, and we are dedicated to elevating the discipline of business analysis. We provide our global community with relevant tools, resources, and networking opportunities to take control of your business analysis career. Before we turn things over to Ellen, I do have a couple of housekeeping items to add. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A section, which is in your webinar controls at the bottom of your Zoom window. There will also be some questions where you're expected to give your option, for example, a poll with option A or B. Please participate using the chat function. So we're going to be using both chat to just communicate back and forth, and also for questions, we're going to be using the Q&A function. Today's webinar recording and PowerPoint presentation will be available on our webinar archives page within 10 business days of today. And yes, I see some questions here about the presentation. Definitely, we will share it within 10 days of today. Our presenter is Ellen Mishra. Ellen is an author and co-founder of the Adaptive US Inc. He has 27 plus years of professional experience in business analysis, requirements analysis, agile software development, and management consulting. Ellen is also the product owner for Succeed, Adaptive's flagship learning management solution. He has authored over 20 books on business analysis and has trained more than 5,000 business analysts around the globe. Ellen has personally guided and helped close to 1,300 professionals to get IIBA certified, and he has conducted many workshops in business analysis, requirements management, agile software project management, and Six Sigma. Welcome, Ellen. We're so happy to have you today.
Thank you, Judy.
Today's webinar, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Today's webinar will focus on how to build a high-performance business analysis team in 180 days. Business analysis, as you know, is increasingly becoming a critical ingredient in business success. The rapid advances in technology and the need for innovative solutions necessitates organizations to develop and nurture a high-performance business analysis team. These will enable enterprises to stay ahead of the competition and stand tall as industry leaders. So I'm going to pass it over to Ellen for today's content. Welcome, everyone, and we will look forward to having a question and answer period at the end of Ellen's presentation.
Thank you, Judy. Welcome, everyone, to today's webinar. I think a couple of other interesting information about me. Actually, the number of students have gone up. So now it's about 1,550 plus students who have been kind of mentored, guided by me for IIBA certifications. Secondly, I am the world's first BA to complete all 7 IIBA certifications. I believe so far I have one more company. So there are 2 people in the world today who have done this work, but I happen to did it quite some time back. And I have been a BA, mentor, coach, consultant for more than 25 years now. And I have quite a lot of interesting anecdotes, incidents, which I came across. And I also have helped few clients to set up their BA practice. So I'm going to share some of my experiences of what we did to build a BA team for the client. So hopefully the slide deck is visible to you. So once again, let me thank all of you who have taken time out from your workday and joining the webinar. I'm also quite thankful to Team IIBA because it has been a wonderful support from IIBA in terms of organizing these webinars. We probably have done about 20 webinars over the last 6-7 years, and we continue to invest into that relationship. And of course, I am greatly indebted to my team at Adaptive, who has been encouraging me to conduct these webinars, coming up with new products, solutions for the business analysts around the globe. So just a very quick question, if you would like to answer quickly, it should not take much time. How does your company today acquire new business analysts? Do you typically go and hire from the market, or do you promote internally? So I'll just give you a minute. Let's see the options, what I see here. I see quite a lot of A. I see some both. Okay. I see some B as well. Okay. Good. So I think it's a mix of A and B, which is actually a good sign because both strategies have pluses and minuses, which we will discuss today. Great. Oh, you've never hired. Okay. So how did you get BAs on your team? Must have been some internal hiring or external hiring. Okay, maybe you call them in different names, which is perfectly fine. Like when I started my business analyst career, that time we were called functional consultant. That time the role of BA wasn't defined, or at least it wasn't probably very popular in those world. Or you call them, or you get contractors. Okay, that's fine. That's basically hiring from outside. Okay, so let me go down and see a minute about Adaptive US. We are a leading IIBA certification training provider, possibly, to my knowledge, the largest producer of IIBA certifications. In a year, we produce about 250 to 300 IIBA certified professionals, which is quite a good number. So got fabulous ratings on LinkedIn and other review sites as well. We are a premier partner to IIBA, and we are also a content partner to Cengage Learning. So at the end of this webinar, you're going to get two interesting products for you. One, I'm going to demo a new skill assessment app, and this is something that you can use it for your BA team on an ongoing basis. And this will be free for people who are registering today for 6 months. And we will also be providing you an essential Agile BA toolkit, which has 10 interesting templates. And I trust many of you would find those templates quite helpful because these are templates that we have been developing in consultation with our clients, students, and as we work with many business analysts around the globe. So the big question is, what is the need for business analysts? And in fact, I got a very interesting data from an organization, which in a sense we consider a competitor to IIBA, which is PMI. And PMI is a very well-known institute. It has been in business for quite long, and we can trust the data that they have produced. And this is something they conducted a survey over 9,000 senior professionals around the globe. And when they studied why projects failed, 39% of project failures were attributed to poor business analysis. So you can actually kind of see this as probably the second most important reason why projects fail. And I actually have given a link on the slide deck. So this is a link from PMI, and you can actually read the entire research paper there or the survey paper there and get some very interesting insights. The second insight I took from the same document or the publication is saying, how do companies with high BA maturity versus low BA maturity form? So if you look at financial performance, companies with high BA maturity perform 69%, whereas companies with low BA maturity perform 45%. That means 45% of the companies were doing well, whereas 69% of the companies were doing well when they had a high performing BA team or a BA matured organization. You can look at strategy implementation. Again, if you have a strong BA team or a BA practice, your strategy implementation works in 66% cases. In the other one, it works only for 21%. So that means you are 3 times more likely to be successful as an organization when you have a high performing BA team. Look at organizational agility, look at managing projects. Everywhere, wherever organizations had high BA maturity, they tend to outperform significantly better compared to organizations we don't have a BA matured practice. So this is what actually is an interesting data, and that too it comes from completely different organization, which is not aligned to us. So then coming to this term called high performance team, so I thought maybe most of us understand it. It's not something very unusual term, but I'm going to take a definition from Wikipedia. So it says high performance teams are highly focused on their goals and that achieve superior business results. Obviously, as business analysts, we are very keen on making sure that our organization performs very well. That's our duty, or that's our primary responsibility. And obviously, having a high performing BA team would contribute to that direction. So I took a framework and I named it as PPTP framework. Don't worry so much. It's just an acronym that I created. And this is something I learned in ITIL. If many of you might have been exposed to ITIL, and it's also talked about in a very nice framework called CMMI, where we talked about people, process, technology, and ITIL added partners on top of it. So that's what I'm calling it as PPTP framework. So the PPTP framework has 4 major components. And if you observe, I have put a kind of a symbol indicating you start with people. Okay. So among the 4 parameters, people parameter is probably the most important parameter. The second parameter is process. The third parameter is technology. And the fourth parameter is partners. Although all 4 of them contribute, but if you don't have good people, having good process, good partners, good technology will not give you great results. So people can cover up for a lot of things, even if you have some lacuna in process or some lacuna in technology. So that's why it's given the number 1 position. So first, I did not get a better word than recruiting, which could mean getting somebody from outside. But the intent is not to tell that you have to always get people from outside. That's why I did the poll starting up, because a lot of times when I look at clients and talk to them, they think that the only way to get business analysts on board is to go out and look for business analysts in the market, in the open market. But that's not always true. You can actually internally hire business analysts as well. And that has been one of my sincere recommendation to most of my clients, because what I feel, when there are people who are already in your domain, they know your organization quite well, orienting them or skilling them on business analysis may not take that much time. So in general, we have been able to build a good BA team in 4 months' time. So starting from ground zero, within 4 months, you would actually have a fairly well-developed BA team. So just to give you an idea about this client called AkzoNobel, which is one of the leading paint manufacturers in the world. So they had come to us about 5, 6 years back saying that we need to develop a business analysis practice in our company because we do have domain experts, but we want to develop solutions And it's very hard for them to get people from outside because the domain is very narrow. So it's a very specialist domain. So getting people who already have worked in that domain and are business analysts would be hard. So I also said, no, I also don't know your domain, but give me 2 to 3 months time. I'll pick up your domain and I will make sure that I train and groom about 5 business analysts within your setup. So that's what I did. I started working with the client. I played the role of the BA for one of the products that they were doing. And I also inducted about 4 domain experts from their side, those who have been in the company for 5 to 7 years. And today I'm very glad that that BA team is actually taking care of their global business analysis work. So, which is truly an achievement for me as a mentor. The same thing I did with XDON and Mac Teledata, which are again 2 more companies. XDON is primarily into insurance domain, and Mac Teledata is primarily into telecom domain. So always remember, it might make sense for you to internally recruit people than trying to hire from outside. 2 advantages. One, people feel motivated that they got a new role. Suppose somebody was doing pure testing, for them, it's like a role promotion. Somebody was a process analyst, they become a business analyst, which is again a role promotion for many, many people. Then obviously, when you're trying to get these people internally reoriented, look for keenness to learn and contribute. Skills are secondary. Okay, skills can always be imparted, which was hard in the past, but it's not that hard today. One, we have plenty of resources available, good number of training institutes available who can help you to get your people skilled into business analysis role. And that's why I always feel that's a much more cost-effective approach than trying to go and hire from the marketplace. Then obviously, when you are trying to get people on board, it's very natural that they won't have all the skills that you're looking for. So always look for a simple platform which will help you to assess the skills of people over a period of time. Because in the beginning, the skills may not be very high, but as you start working with them, you mentor them, you train them, you can actually build a good team. And for the same purpose, we actually built a very simple app. And I'm going to show you, you can actually use the app in less than 5 minutes. It's that simple. So I'm just going to go to the link. You can do the same thing for me as well. So it's called competencypro.app. So I'm just going to the browser and typing in competencypro.app. Okay, so this is an admin login. I'm not going to get into the admin login. I'm going to get into 1 second. Yeah, so I generally forget my password. So that's a feature that we gave in the tool as well, because I know I'll forget my app password. So if you look at it, very clean screen, nothing much, and you just come here and you say assess now. And it will actually ask you 20 questions. And these questions have been based on primarily BA-BOK, although some 2, 3 questions are a little bit outside BA-BOK as well, because we felt there could be things which are not covered in BA-BOK, but largely it's based on BA-BOK. And if you see here, we have given a 10-point scale, which is almost like the universal norm. So you can see, like you could have somebody who is not even aware about something and going up to being an industry expert in that particular area. So you can rank anything you feel, right? I'm just doing a demo thing for you, so don't worry so much. So it'll take you through these 20 questions. And once you're done with these 20 questions, it saves the data forever. And you can go back to your dashboard and start looking at how your skill level is changing at different time points like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So typically, we have taken a quarter as an assessment time frame, which we believe is a reasonably good time frame to look at. So mostly between 3 to 4 quarters, you should see a significant improvement in the skill level of people if you are actively working with them. Okay. Then you can also log in with the admin login. And once you log in with the admin account, you see something called admin dashboard. So you can actually see your entire team skill level and also individual members in your team, how are they performing. So I showed you my individual performance. So the team skill assessment report is again an average indicator. So you can see somewhere here we are improving, but we are still below our desirable mark. So areas where you are significantly below the desirable mark is something that you need to think and how to say, for example, here modeling tools are pretty okay, but maybe we are not so good with elicitation techniques or whatever topics that we have given. And these are all topics which are pulled up from BFR. Okay. So analytical thinking, presentation skills, data analysis skills. So you can actually see how your team is moving up the skill value or skill level over a period of time. So this is something that you can try and try keeping the data for your team, and you can present this to your stakeholders as well. Okay, so obviously, once you find that there are skill gaps, you need to plan your interventions. So, and there are plenty of organizations, great organizations, which conduct skills training. There's Watermark Learning, there is IAG Consulting, quite a lot of them who do skill training, and you can find a partner close enough to you who can do the training for you as well. And we also work with few clients, like recently we are working with Deloitte, we are working with Trulient for mentoring their new BAs and coaching them over a period of time to become effective BAs as part of their BA team. So one part is our, so that's the people part I talked. And the second part is also important that you need to have well-defined processes to carry out work. Although a lot of people say that Agile doesn't have processes, it's hard. I mean, there has to be some level of detailing done because without any kind of process, it becomes hard for a newcomer to work in any organization. But at the same time, we should be careful not to go to the old waterfall days when documentation became an objective by itself. So please don't make documentation as an objective, but also do not discount the value of documentation. So most of my clients and students, I always say, look at hybrid approach. See, the methods or approaches are our servants. They are not our masters. So it's not that somebody will come and dictate me, this is the way to work. Every company is unique. Okay, so do not take a mandate from a standard or a framework saying that the framework says so. Good, the framework was obviously created for a generic purpose, but we should always tailor the framework for our needs. Okay, so understanding how you work, how skilled are your people, where do they work? So all these aspects you need to consider. And in general, I find hybrid approach, which is a combination of adaptive and predictive, to be more effective compared to taking one extreme step of completely predictive or completely adaptive approach. So this is what I have taken care. So look at how is your team structure? Are they all together? Very good. Then probably you can tilt more towards adaptive. But if they are globally distributed, which could be the case for many organizations, there you may tilt a little bit more towards predictive. Where how good are your development resources? What kind of approach your competitors are following? How good is your requirements quality as such? Are your stakeholders great providers of requirements? So in fact, this has been in my mind for a very long time. Like, we study requirements analysis so well, can we at least impart some part of our knowledge to our stakeholders? Because if they start thinking in the way we think, a lot of our work also will get reduced. Our quality of requirements will become automatically better because they are also thinking in their mind whenever they are proposing a new requirement and regulatory environment, those kind of things. And this is something I have sourced it from BA which I believe many of you would already be knowing. Um, so always leverage. I never say don't look at CMMI, don't look at BA, not at all. So please look at different practices available in the marketplace, but tailor them or customize them to your need. And there are many organizations which do provide BA toolkit. I know like the company by Laura Brandenburg, her company provides a BA toolkit. Many organizations provide. We, in fact, have developed 6 or 7 different kinds of toolkits, like say one for business analysis, one for agile analysis, one for product management, one for data analytics, mostly following the IIBA framework. And those toolkits are also available for our clients to use and build it forward. So don't have to start at ground zero, because starting from ground zero and achieving a level of 80 or 85 will take time. Whereas these toolkits almost give you a level of 55, 60%. So they're not all amazing things. So, but they are still very good for you to do a benchmark and then continue from there. So today, at the end of this webinar, I have shared few templates from our Agile BA toolkit, which I have called it as Essential Agile BA Toolkit. We do have few more templates there as well, some more content, training, and all that around it. Okay. Then comes the technology piece that I talked of. And I'm very glad compared to, say, 25 years back when I started my BA journey, um, tools and technology have really evolved over a period of time. And more tools are being added to our repository. And the tools have also become very cost effective. I remember, say, 15 years back or 10 years back, a simple requirements management tool may cost you $5,000 to $10,000 a month. That's the kind of cost that the company had to pay. Today, probably the same caliber or better caliber tools, you can get it for $150, $200. So the prices of the tools have really come down. So I believe most organizations would be able to leverage tools much better today. So some of the tools that I find with large number of our clients, I see something like Atlassian, Jira, and Confluence. That's becoming a very popular tool among the BA community. I also kind of stumbled upon a tool called Scope Master, which is an amazing requirements quality assessment tool. And this tool is free for up to 50 user stories. So if you're following and you have small projects, maybe you can use this tool for free. Another free and amazing tool that I encountered is Bizazi BPM. That's again an amazing BPM tool, again free. And there are plenty of tools that companies are coming up with, mind mapping tools and scribing tools, and so many tools are coming up today, which you should keep an eye. And of course, make sure that your team understands how to use them and leverage them for your work. Sorry. Then the next point I would talk is leveraging your partner network. Remember, not everything should be done by a company. Maybe you can do it. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but it might take a lot longer, lot more uh, number of iterations, time, effort, cost. Um, in that sense, you can actually talk to partners who can help you in many aspects of building up the team. There are organizations which can help you in recruitment side. There are organizations which can help you in skill development side. There are organizations which provide resources on demand. So you could actually take a senior BA for 3 months for a project, and then you can say, okay, now my work has come down, or my team has developed the skills, and now they can carry it forward because of the senior BA's work. You can also get BA mentoring support. You can get work product review support. So keep an eye and ears open towards the partner network that has been developed. And IIBA is a great place. If you go to IIBA portal, you'll find plenty of tools partners, plenty of training partners, which are listed on IIBA site itself. From our side, we are developing few things for the learning community. Like we have a assessment engine developed for our learning community, skill assessment tools that I demoed for the BA community, especially. We are also working on a product for blind learners that's on the learning side. And on the BA side, we also plan to develop a requirements warehouse product, possibly in Q3 of this year. So that would be kind of our first foray into doing something on top of what Atlassian Jira is already doing, because it doesn't make sense for us to develop a similar requirements management tool because Jira is doing a fairly good job and it's available for a reasonable price. So we're looking at functionality which is not being served by Jira but needed by BA community. Then coming down, this is a very simple roadmap that I have provided for you. The tasks are at a very high level, obviously, and you need to make it granular for your organization. But this is kind of a rough roadmap that you can follow. So kind of get on to planning for first 2 weeks. In these 2 weeks, define how your BA team should be, what kind of skill level you're expecting, which tools that you would like to get familiarized on, which framework you would like to use, all that. And then you may have something in-house already. So do a gap analysis and then obviously plan your resources and activities. The second part, which is the major part for about, say, 4 months, that's when you should come down and define your processes. As I said, you can take help of the toolkits that is already available and keep the processes simple, agile, easy to follow, not like cumbersome big documents. Then recruit in the sense either hire from outside or mentor your internal team members, play the role of business analyst, uh, talk to your IT team or procurement team about how to acquire the necessary tools for your BA team. And then, of course, train your BA team because that's how they kind of develop the skills. And using mentoring, you can make them much better over a period of time. Then say maybe about say 4.5 months time, take a stock of what you planned, how did you do, which aspects you are doing well, which aspects you are not doing well, and then again adjust your activities. So this is fundamentally, if you look at it, I'm following the PDCA cycle. I just have given a different name to the activities, but it's fundamentally the PDCA cycle, which I trust has really served us very well. I think if you remember, PDCA was proposed in 1830. It's almost going to be 100-year-old simple framework, but it has served very well. And frameworks and companies have been using PDCA for a very, very long time. Good. So a quick overview of on the areas that we can assist your organization in case you're looking for some help from external partners. Um, One, what we do, we cover the entire spectrum of business analysis. And if you observe here, we are also adding one more spectrum to what IIB offers, what we call strategic analysis. So this is something which I feel is currently missing in the IIBA framework. We have amazing requirements analysis standard, data analytics standard, product ownership standard, agile analysis guidebook, all that is already present. But one piece which could add a significant value to many companies would be to look at strategic analysis. So this is something that you look at the enterprise level, not at a change level. So most of us have been focusing on a specific change or a project, whereas strategic analysis is looking at the market outside. Although the above does talk about it, but the emphasis on it isn't that much as we would like it to be. So we have been doing training, we have been doing consulting for quite a few clients, and we are also investing into products for better business analysis. So these are some of our strategic partners, like our um, um, core products are hosted on Microsoft Azure. So we're part of that framework. As I said, we are also a partner to IIBA, we are a partner to Cengage, and we also work with few other companies around the globe because we understand we can't be everywhere doing everything. So it's better we find good partners and work with them. IRM Training is one of our key training partners in Australia. CopeMaster is the tool for requirements analysis. La Croix is an academic institute in Canada, and we are launching our French version of products in collaboration with them. And PMTSI is for the Italian speaking professionals. Just a quick thing about our training services. I think one of our unique training services offering is 100% success or 100% refund promise, which is, I think, quite an amazing promise that we make. And we stick to it. It's not something that we write and we don't stick to. It's in writing for you. So if you are not successful with us, we don't keep even $1 with us. Presence-wise, we are well presented in US, Canada. We have a European presence as well. We have an Asia Pacific presence as well. We are looking for partners in South America, UK, and Africa. So in case any one of you is keen to partner with us, we can always talk to us. We believe in working with partners and making the whole ecosystem work well. So these are some of our experts on board. You see me in the center. Laura Patton happened to be the co-chair for BA and PMI PBA. So she's an amazing expert, consultant, coach, trainer. Victoria is again, was the head of IIBA Europe. Again, an amazing trainer and a consultant. Both Laura and Tom, both of them have been teaching the courses for a very long time, and they are also available for consulting assignments in case you would like to take some help from them. You can take help from anyone, actually, for that matter. Okay, so some of our recent corporate clients, Luminar Bank, UCLA, Core, BTS. I think we probably have crossed more than 200 corporate clients. The most recent addition is Deloitte and Trulient, as I said, and they are from variety of places, Europe, North America. Actually, we also had a client in Brazil recently. We conducted a workshop for Shell, the petroleum company, for their Brazilian operations. Quite a few again, you can see here. Some of our student testimonials, I think you will find thousands of them on our website. So please feel free. If you want to reach out to them, please feel free to reach out to them as well. Good. So this is the link for the download of today's toolkit as I was speaking to you. adaptiveus.com/essential-agile-BA-toolkit. So I'm going to paste it into the chat window as well. So if you want to copy this link, please do so. And let me see, how do I put it to the chat window here? You can find it on our website as well. Just a quick link. And this comes with 10 good essential templates: product roadmap, product backlog, user story, conversations, available hours template, sprint backlog, daily scrum, burn down chart, definition of done, and retrospective. Among these templates, I truly take pride in the conversations template because I believe this is something we contributed to the community. This isn't something which has been there before, but because our clients struggled with their work, so we created this particular template, which is a very lean requirement specification template, specifically designed for agile environment. So I trust you will like it. And if you find anything that we can do better, please let us know. We are happy to edit the templates and make them better over a period of time. Good. So these are our contact coordinates. If any one of us want to reach out to us. The email ID is info@adaptiveus.com. The website link is here. LinkedIn profile is also here. And now I can take any question from anyone on whatever we spoke. And if there is any particular question that you would like me to address. Actually, I consider myself to be very lucky in the sense I focused on this domain pretty early in my career, and I have been consulting more than 100 clients in 15 plus countries. So I have seen North America, Europe, Africa, Asia, Australia I haven't been to. So that's the only continent which is left out for me. Otherwise, I have consulted clients from all four major continents. Hopefully someday we will have a client in Australia as well. Well, although we have a partner and few clients, but not into consulting space. Okay, so Judy, is there any question that you would? Okay.
Yes, we do have a few questions. There is a question from Ronisha on the chat that says, how do you know when a business analyst is just not a good fit for what you are trying to do?
I mean, are you looking at a person and saying that whether the person is a good fit for a BA role or not? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe people who are very they are not they do not want to interact with stakeholders. They want to focus on a technological aspect of a problem. Maybe we leave them. I think they're better doing technical work. We leave it to them. If you're looking for a BA, the BA must be open to interact, learn, share with many stakeholders. So that's one of the key characteristics that I look at a BA. You are not a solo contributor. I'm not saying solo contributors are not effective. You need solo contributors in specific technology domain because one cannot become an expert in everything. So if somebody is looking at a technical expert role, leave them out. Otherwise, I think remaining people can pretty much be open to learning BA area. And if they want to make good changes, make an impact to their organization, and I believe at some point in time, you will start impacting the world. Do not underestimate your abilities. No? And I believe if we come up with the LMS for blind students, it's a huge contribution that we are doing for the mankind. It's something which I never dreamt of in my early days in my career that someday we would be creating a product which will cater to millions of users around the world. And you can do it. It's not that you can't do it. Okay.
Amazing. So I'll take a question from the Q&A portion. It says that you displayed stats on your presentation on the impact of business analysis on business performance. Where did you get these stats from?
This is from the PMI publication. So I have given the link here and I will copy the link again in the chat window. Anyway, I'll share the deck as well. So you can go to this particular link and pick it up from there. So this is a study by PMI. Okay, so
Okay,
this
awesome.
is the link from where I pulled up the stats.
The information. Okay, Mary has asked a question on the chat, and it says, do you have a suggestion on how to turn someone from an order taker into an analyst?
Of course, please understand, I have seen school teacher becoming a business analyst. I've seen a nurse becoming a business analyst. So it's your intent and willingness to learn a new practice skill. There's nothing that stops anyone, whoever is willing to learn and practice can become whatever they wish to become. It just, uh, personally, I've seen, I had a client and this lady joined the workforce when her daughters were in college. So imagine, she must have been around 45 years of age. And that's the time she decided to come into the IT profession. She joined. And I know today she is a senior business analyst in a multinational firm. So stories can be amazing. We have one product owner from our company. I will give his name. His name is Rakesh Kardile. He was a travel ticket agent. He was taking tickets and booking tickets for customers. From there, he has become a product owner today. I think I should be able to find his profile quickly. Just give me a second and you can take a look at his profile. 1 second. But there are so many stories you can actually read on our website how people have transformed their careers with right support and right intent, right effort, all of that. Okay. I'm giving you this one. Yeah. Look at this gentleman's profile. You can see here. Okay. Look at this product management and delivery today. And he's currently in a company called Sabre, which is a pretty large travel company, travel technology company. Look at what he started his career. Okay. Uh, what did he do? Customer service associate, mostly ticketing. From there, look at the journey. Okay. So, and there's actually a page on our website, which is called Career Transformation or something like that. You can take a look. Okay. So I think there are quite a few questions. Let me see how many I can answer quickly. Just give me a second. Okay, PowerPoint presentation we will do. Okay. Someone has a question, how will be a discipline look like? It will become stronger and stronger. Okay. Order taker to analyst. Okay, I will share the presentation. There's a long question, so I'm avoiding it. So if the question is short, I will answer because the long question will take me time to read. But I'll definitely answer you back because this data is with us. Okay. Can AI improve business analysis? 100%, no doubt. Okay. Then BA work plan template we do have. It's there in our toolkit. Okay. Then let me look at some other simple.
There's the one about what are your thoughts on BAs also acting as proxy product owners for clients in consulting roles?
Definitely, you can. I think if you look at business analyst, consulting, product ownership, they all have a common thread. A lot of skills are shareable. So you can switch between these roles. So I personally have been a product owner, a business analyst, a consultant, and I switch roles depending on the client need and organizational need. I think the good question is uh, if the person has a growth mindset, that the person is willing to grow, they will grow. If the person does not have a growth mindset, we probably have to instill that mindset first. If we can instill that mindset in the person, saying that here is an opportunity for you to make a greater impact to your organization and to the world, I think most people would be willing to do that. Okay.
Okay, and then there's one here that says, how do you measure the maturity of the business analyst within the organization? Is there a specific tool or technique for identifying the maturity of a
Okay.
business analyst within the organization?
Actually, there was a study done and it was called BA maturity model, BA something like that. So if some of you are familiar with this capability maturity model, CMM, it has a very clearly defined maturity levels. Like it defines at level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. So you can look at the CMM maturity model and try to adapt it to your BA practice as well. It should be doable. It's not that hard. Um, just that I believe somebody did that work, but I have to really do a research because the interest in CMM somehow became quite low, because most people started looking at projects only kind of a mindset, which I do not consider as the best mindset, but that's how the industry had become for some time when projects become everything. Whereas we have to look at enterprise, we have to look at how we make our practices better over a period of time. For those kind of inspiration, do take a look at CMM. And most of the content on CMM is free to read. So the body does not charge anything for you to read the CMM material.
Cool.
Okay.
There
Yes,
is
Julie, go
one.
ahead.
Yeah, there is one question that you might be able to answer a little bit quickly. There's a couple of questions about AI, but I think that probably would take more time. But there's a question on the Q&A that says, are the skills of a BA transferable to a project management role?
Of course. There are quite a few roles. Look at stakeholder analysis, stakeholder management. Don't we do it? Don't project managers do it? Estimation, risk assessment, there are many things. Except that the project managers are very focused on the task part of the story, how to make sure that the tasks are well elaborated, whereas our focus has been more on how requirements are well elaborated. In fact, if you look at today's world, most companies are looking for a role like product owner, which is a combination of BA plus PM. Some people may criticize me for saying this, saying that you are oversimplifying things. But I would say in 90% of the cases, if you combine the role of BA and PM, you get a PU. There's no doubt about it.
That's great. So we're getting very close to the end of our time together today. Did you have a couple of minutes, Ellen, to say something about AI as it pertains to business analysts and business analysis, or is this kind of like a future topic?
Could be. See, in my view, AI has evolved or made technology even way stronger. So things that we believed was very hard to do, say for example, um, audio synthesis, audio recognition, these things we never considered as part of our solution set in the past because technology hadn't evolved. So with AI, we actually have plenty more tools in our toolkit. And these tools can definitely be leveraged for better business performance. So we have a lot more set of tools available to us to help our business to do better.
Right. Definitely. All
Okay.
right. Okay. So we're just at the hour. Thank you again, everyone, for being here today, and thank you, Ellen, for your awesome presentation. As we mentioned at the very top of the webinar, we will be posting this recording as well as the PowerPoint from today's presentation in the website. In the meantime, if you have any questions, Ellen has put up his contact information on the page right now, and we can also answer questions at info@iiba.org. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you for being here today. And Ellen, thank you for your great content and presentation, and we look forward to seeing you the next time.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you, everyone.
Take care. Bye-bye, all.
Bye-bye.